My entire life, my biggest question to God was, why my life is so much full of struggle? Why there is no ease, there is no flow? I just feel stuck. I don't feel the freedom, though, don't feel the safety. Don't feel that you are blessing me, you're protecting me. While I see other people who are less talented than me, who have less knowledge than me, who are less skilled than me, are living the kind of abundant life I always desired. What wrong I have done in my life that you are punishing me like this? Why I can't have it all? Why it is so easy for others, but it is so difficult for me to get? And I know most of the people ask this question to God. And that is why they are searching answers in different healing modalities, different rituals, manifestation journey, and going deeper into the fact. Last 8 to 9 years, I exactly did the same thing. I went deep into understanding the laws of the universe, who we are, what the reality is, how it is responding to us and everything. And what I realized at the end shifted my reality to a different level when I understood the basic concept that I'm going to share in this video that shifted my life, and I'm sure that is going to shift your perception, how you view life. So without taking much of your time, let's get straight into it. Welcome to the Quantum Code. This is Anushree Anand, your healing and identity transformation coach. I help people to shift their timeline into their desired one so that you don't only try to manifest things, but you actually become the version who can have it all. So first I understood who God actually is. God is a frequency. God is the frequency of safety, security, protection, unconditional love. God is just radiating that energy. That means everybody, each and every being on this earth, receiving God's blessing each and every moment, whether you realize it or not. But we are receiving it. God is not a human being operating with ego that I'm gonna pick those people who are gonna please me and I'm gonna only bless them and I'm gonna neglect the others and wait until they please me. We are conditioned to see God through the lens of human ego, but God is not human. God who created everything, God is just pure frequency. Just like the sun, which is all the time available in the sky, but in the night you can't receive the sunlight because the earth is revolving. But that doesn't mean sun doesn't exist. Similarly, we are receiving God's blessing equally. Then why my life feels so struggleful? Why others' life are so easy? That is what we are gonna understand through my whiteboard. I don't have a physical whiteboard, so I'm going to use my digital. So I have already presented you my masterpiece. So just first we are going to start with God. As I talked before, God is always available to us. God is always blessing each and every being on this earth equally. God is not doing partiality to any of us. God is radiating the energy of safety, inner peace and trust. And when we don't feel these emotions inside of us, safety, peace, trust, surrender, we actually are living in survival. We are in separation with God. And that is why we are not able to experience miracles. We are not able to absorb the God's blessings in a way that can shift our reality. We are receiving God's love in simple things like oxygen, abundance of oxygen available. We are breathing. We don't have to think about the oxygen. We are getting the food. We are getting the beautiful seasons, the nature, fruits, food available. This is God's blessing we are absorbing all the time. But if you want to experience a better reality, then you need to learn how you can actually absorb the blessing that God is always radiating to us effectively, powerfully, so that it gets manifested in our reality. Reality becomes smoother, faster, easier. This is a human body. It is also receiving God's love, God's blessings all the time. But how much it is going to absorb is dependent on the system. Imagine each human body just like a vessel. If I don't have any container and you have 2 liters of water with you, and I want some water from you, and I don't have anything, so I am gonna do this, and you can only give me like maybe 2 sips of water in this thing, okay? That is what I can hold. That is what I can receive. But if I have a cup, you can actually give me 100 to 300 ml of water. So how much I can receive, that depends on our capacity. How much bigger container we have, our human body, our entire being work like a vessel. And again, an important thing, you were not born with a contracted vessel or a very small vessel. You're an infinite being experiencing a human body in this planet. So you came with an infinite vessel, very bigger vessel, but it got contracted on this earth because of the 3D experiences you had. All the experiences that you had in your life, all those traumas you went through, all the difficult situations you dealt with, everything is not vanished. It's not in the past, it's in the body, stored in the nervous system. Yes, our body, our nervous system acts like the database. If those emotions were not processed, if those traumas were unhealed, it got suppressed and stay in the body. So exactly you can see in the picture, the human body has so many wounds. And these wounds suppress traumas, suppressed emotions, unhealed traumas create lower vibration in your body. Each and every memory, each and every event that you went through are stored in the body, and those are radiating lower frequency. Why lower frequency? Because all those negative experiences made you feel anger, resentment, sadness, guilt, shame, and all those are lower vibrations in the consciousness scale. All those wounds, all those traumas stored in the body, even though you're not right now conscious of it, you forgot everything, but your body remembers everything. And those things are stored in your body, radiating a frequency that is very low. And even if you are creating higher frequencies through your mind, through affirmation, through this and that, but the more traumas, the more suppressed wounds a person carries, the more your net frequency becomes negative. Your entire being radiates a frequency that is actually negative. And you're sending the signal, and understand what the kind of life you would be downloading in your reality. Your life would not feel smoother. You would end up attracting struggle, challenges. Things would not work out easily, effortlessly, because you are not radiating that kind of frequency. When a system has so much of negative emotions, full of stored, unhealed traumas, unprocessed wounds in the nervous system can never feel relaxed, calm, safe, peaceful, can't trust the flow of life. It would always be in the survival mode. Your nervous system will always be dysregulated. Most of the time, you will be in survival mode. Whenever peace comes in, whenever love would come, you would feel anxiety. Because for your nervous system, those emotions are not familiar. What is familiar to you, that is the lower vibrations that you have experienced throughout your life. And that has built a stronger neural pathway, and that has become your stronger identity, the stronger state of being that you have been living for years. And when you are in survival mode, you are in separation with God. God's blessings, God's love can only flow through a regulated, calm nervous system. When your body has so much wounds, it actually blocks the energy centers we have, or the 7 chakras we have. And when you are in survival mode, you start operating from the lower 3 chakras. Your root chakra gets blocked, your sacral chakra and your solar plexus gets blocked, and you start operating from the lower chakras. That means you will always struggle in your life, your health, your wealth, in every area of your life you will start to experience struggle. And as I said, survival means separation with God, and that simply means you get disconnected with your upper 4 chakras. Heart chakra is the receiving center of us. We express through this chakra, we receive through this chakra. Similarly, the throat chakra is the expression center. Third eye chakra is the receiving center again, when you actually receive your intuitions. Similarly, the crown chakra is the receiving center. You get disconnected from God. You can't receive the higher wisdom. You can't receive the intuition. You can't have faith and trust on the universe or God. When a person had lived his life with the kind of frequency, with the kind of lower frequency, now suddenly that person wants abundance in his life and started doing visualization and all the techniques. Basically, what he is trying to do is generating higher frequencies. When you are generating higher frequencies, obviously you are gonna receive God's blessings, miracles, and everything. But that person's dominant frequency is already negative, as we talked about before. Now, if that person want to override that, want to bypass that, this negative frequency is so strong because it was on autopilot for years. That neural pathway is so strong that it is going to sabotage that person whenever that person tries to do something different, try to experience something that person's nervous system have never experienced. That person experienced only anger in his life. Now suddenly he wants to feel the peace. Now every kind of situation would come in his life that would bring him back into his angry state of being. That is why when we try to do manifestation work just through our mind, ignoring the body, ignoring the nervous system, it is gonna always sabotage us and pull us back into our old identity. So if we want to experience goodness in our life, flow in our life, we want to receive our manifestations, then we need to work on those unhealed traumas, unhealed emotions that is stored in our body. The more we release them, the more we are actually neutralizing the negative charges in our energy field, and automatically we will end up with just holding the positive charges. That is how manifestation becomes natural, not forceful. And the very important thing that I have realized in my life, if God is always showering the blessings, then why we are experiencing pain? That is not because God is punishing me, making me go through that kind of situation. I'm experiencing this because I'm holding all those wounds that is making me see life through a broken lens. You always see life through your perception, and that perception was influenced by the kind of life you have lived till now, the kind of experiences you hold, the kind of belief system you hold, and the kind of traumas, unhealed, unprocessed wounds you hold in your system. You always see life through the lens of your wounds if those are not released, not healed. You don't do this consciously, but it is an automatic process. Before you think, your nervous system reacts, makes meaning out of a situation. It gives meaning according to your past database, according to your wounds. and you relive the story of your past. That means you are dragging your past into your present, and your present is creating your future, and you always stay stuck like that. Let me give you a similar example. Let's say there's a girl who feel that she is beautiful. Okay. Now one day she have done a very bad makeup and she goes out, but she feel that she is so beautiful. Now someone is staring at her. She is gonna give meaning to that particular event. That person is staring at her. She would feel that why that person is staring at me? I think I'm looking so beautiful. Right. Now, there's another girl who never felt that she is beautiful. All the experiences she had in her life always made her feel that she's not beautiful. So one day she does her makeup, she dresses up very nicely, and she goes out. And a similar situation happens to her. A guy is staring at her. Now that girl would be giving meaning to that particular situation in a different way. She is gonna think that guy is staring at me. Am I looking bad? Is that guy thinking about I have put lots of makeup, I'm not looking good, he's judging me, he is making fun of me, this and that. You see, the same situation, same thing, but different meaning. That is how we give meaning through our experiences, through the unprocessed wounds. When that girl gave that kind of meaning, she started to feel that kind of emotions again that he felt always. That she started feeling I'm ugly, I'm not good enough, I don't feel beautiful. And you are living the story again. You are processing the emotion again and again. And you're radiating that you're not beautiful. And what end up happening? Either you sabotage a relationship because of your own insecurity, or you start attracting somebody that is actually gonna make you feel that you are not worthy enough, you're not good enough. That is how we attract experiences in our life. And that is why we always stay stuck and start going on the loop again and again. If we want to expand our vessel so that we can receive more, hold more, then we have to work on our body, our nervous system. We have to release all those pain, unprocessed emotions, trauma stored in the body. We need to regulate the nervous system into safety, trust, comfort, and peace again. So basically, here I'm not saying the manifestation techniques don't work, or those kind of videos where people get result in 7 days, 21 days, this and that doesn't happen. It happens, and the results vary for different people just because the capacity of their nervous system. Somebody gets into a course and get result in 3 days, 4 days, 7 days. Why? That is because of their capacity to receive. Their nervous system was relaxed. They have less resistance. They have less traumas in their body, and that is why they were able to receive it. For me, things never work out like others because I was holding so much trauma, unprocessed emotions in my field. I was completely unconscious of. And my nervous system was always in survival mode. I was high in cortisol and I was not able to lose weight. And everything is connected. Your health, your mental health, your energy, everything is connected. When you are in survival mode, everything feels exhausting. Life can only feel easier when you feel safe enough, you feel happy enough. Life can only feel smooth, easier, effortless when you live in oneness with God, when you live with trust, peace, and safety. So, the final message is don't just try to force manifestation and try to do all the techniques, do those techniques, but also work on healing yourself, regulating the nervous system, understanding your emotions. Don't ignore the emotion, don't try to override, don't try to force, because it is gonna slap you back into your old identity. This is the deeper work for those people who are struggling so much because they're not understanding that they are holding so much into their system, and that is actually blocking the light, the God's light, God's blessing to enter into their life. And the triggers, the pain they are actually feeling, those are God's blessing. Those are the knocks of God that is trying to say that open the door, I want to get in. God wants to get into your life, want to give you abundance and all the possible goodness you ever desired and deserve. But we are not in the state of receiving those things. We just stay stuck on the pain. Why this happened to me? Why this happened to me? But we are not actually looking it from a higher perspective. Why it is there? We are not seeing it as a misalignment. What I need to align in myself so that I can feel free. I don't no longer feel the pain. So if you're watching till this point, then thank you so much. And I hope you liked this video, you resonated what I have shared, because I have tried to do something different in this video that I always wanted to do, because I don't have any physical whiteboard. So I tried to do it with my digital blackboard. So make sure you like it and comment down below your thoughts about this video. Subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on the amazing videos coming up on this channel. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.